The fish emulsion is done. Today I'm going to drain off this fish emulsion, and I'm also going to work a little bit on my compost pile. It's been a little neglected. Oh my gosh, that's a huge mushroom. But yeah, get to work today. I'm going to need a jug, funnel, another container, a strainer. I also use the coffee filter to strain off the fish and everything that's in this disgusting bucket. But it's been closed really tight. No bugs have gotten into it, but there's bugs in the water, and it looks very disgusting. I'm going to turn this nasty water and just chuck it over into my compost bin. The bugs all in the bottom, but they did not get through my little hose, my little makeshift, what is it called? You know what I'm talking about, airlock. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and just toss that into my compost pile, and let's get to work on draining this emulsion. I can tell y'all I was kind of scared to open this thing because I know it was going to smell bad. I just know it was. Oh, here comes the moment of truth, you guys. Let's get this bad boy open.
Oh my God!
And I was right. That thing didn't just stink. It stank, okay? It was terrible. If you ever do this at home, make sure you are outside, away from anything that could catch a smell of this, because it was terrible. I forgot my coffee filter in the house, so I had to go run and grab that real quick so I can get to strain the second time. The first time, I'm just going to get the big pieces out with this strainer right here as I'm dumping it into this little pot that I usually keep outside for the chickens and stuff. I'm going to empty it in there, get as much of it out as possible without the big pieces falling out. And as I was preparing to do this, I think I stepped on an ant hill, something. Good thing it was in fire ants. We have a lot of those. But they was crawling all on my shoes. I didn't have my boots on. I had my garden shoes on. They was crawling up my shoes. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm over here stomping, trying to get that done while I'm fighting the flies who have now smelled the smell and want to come take a drink. I had to hurry up and get this done quick because the smell, the flies, and the ants, I was ready to go inside. It was just too much going on. But you know us gardeners, anything for our gardens, okay? And them plants gotta eat. This was a 2-gallon bucket that we filled, so it's going to end up with about a gallon of the actual emulsion that we can use. You see them flies swarming around? You'll see them real good in a minute. So now that we got that drained off, I'm going to grab my coffee filter. I'm going to dump that back in the bucket. I'm going to grab my coffee filter, and you see it's already starting. This video going to have a couple bloopers because I had a time out here. So I was trying to get it done fast, but the weather, the wind all of a sudden started blowing when I got off of work, but it's been still all day. And you see the flies? Do you see them? They are ready to attack. And they were making me so mad. I'm using the coffee filter to kind of filter out any of the smaller pieces, but you know, after a while, I just abandoned the coffee filter. Who really cares at this point? As long as I can use it, that's all I care about, and there's no big chunks in it. But I wasn't paying attention.
Down goes Fraser!
Yep, there we are, just wasting that stinky liquid gold I need. Oh my gosh, I gotta get it together out here. Really? All right, let's try this again, shall we? I'm trying to do a little bit at a time. Don't want to overwhelm the coffee filter. But these flies making me want to rush because why are they flying all around me like that? And it's still more ants. Oh my gosh. I need to hurry up and get this done. But it's going to be worth it. That's what I keep telling myself. And I almost had another mishap. Oh gosh. And it stinks. I think I got some on my phone that time. I had to clean up a whole bunch of stuff, guys. It was just nasty. was about this time when I just abandoned the coffee filter and I said, forget it. It is what it is at this point. And it's done. What we all been waiting for. I have to hurry up and cap this off real quick so them flies get in here and have little babies in my emulsion. But here we are. Now I'm going to use this in my garden tomorrow. I'm so excited. Now that that's out of the way, let's work on this compost. So there goes the thing inside from the bucket. I have some scraps in a bag, a coffee filter. They just cut our grass, so I threw some grass scraps in there. As you can see, my compost pile is nothing fancy. It's literally just a pile. I had to cut around the front because it was starting to get overgrown. But I'm getting all the scraps I had in the fridge out the house, eggs, and then I I raked up some more grass from our yard because our grass was just cut 2 days ago. After I get everything in there, I'm going to go ahead and just turn it over a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot of it, because I haven't done anything with it in a couple weeks, actually. But it's been getting a good amount of rain and stuff like that, so I shouldn't have to add any more water to it right now. Just making sure I cover up the new stuff I added, especially from the fish bucket, because I need to cover the smell a little bit. Now the flies, they can stay, of course, because they're going to get that larva in there and eat up and help this compost turn itself at the bottom and give me some good compost to use in my garden. But first, you really got to get through the smell when you add something like that fish emulsion scraps or whatever. And I do have some more raw fish heads in my fridge that I could add out here, but I'm not going to put them in there today. I don't want to overwhelm it and then have bears or something showing up, raccoons, and I have my chickens and rabbits out here. I don't need any extra animals coming to the property, so I'm trying to keep it at a minimum right now. I'll probably add more fish heads and more scraps later on in the week. Let it compost down a little bit in this heat and in the rain and see what happens before I add more. Now everything's pretty much turned over. It's looking really healthy at the bottom, so I know once it starts breaking down again, I'll be getting good soil to use later on. Now I gotta clean up my mess. Everything smells so bad, but I will be cleaning them up outside. Now you see I got about a gallon of fish fertilizer, and that's cool with me. I might repeat the process, but this should last a long time, so I shouldn't have to. But I am putting Dawn on everything, and you're not really supposed to mix Dawn and bleach, but the way this smells, and I'm outside, so we're gonna do it anyway, because I can't take the smell. It was all over my hands and stuff. I should have wore gloves. I don't know why I didn't. And don't y'all be talking about my hose neither. I know it's a little janky. It's got holes all in it from the lawnmower, but I can't afford a new hose right now, so especially a long one, because I need like a 100 foot, 150 foot. Them things get expensive. This was a nice hose until the lawnmower got to it, but it's still working for what I need it for. And I'm just gonna let these sit in the bleach and Dawn to help get the smell out, and then I will rinse them later. But here I'm gonna use the fertilizer inside my sprayer to fertilize. I know I'm going to get flies after I fertilize, so I'm going to try to do it one day and then water the next to help hopefully get rid of some of the flies. Thank you for watching, and as always, like, subscribe, and share.